The first National Women's Day was marked on February 28, 1909 in the United States as a declaration by the Socialist Party of America.
Hello there, I am Lorraine Ward. Welcome to Homestretch Magazine. This week's show was put together by women for women with focus on International Women's Day. We will highlight the meaning of International Women's Day, Women in Business Expo, life of a podologist, and Guyanese women to know. This special day is set aside to celebrate women around the world. The theme for International Women's Day focuses on bringing about balance.
International Women's Day is observed globally on March 8 annually. The first International Women's Day happened over a century ago in 1911 and was supported by 1 million people from countries around the world. Every year, the United Nations selects a theme based on issues faced by women. This year, the theme for International Women's Day is Think Equal, Build Smart, Innovate for Change. United Nations resident representative to Guyana, Makiko Tanaka, gives insight on the theme.
I think there are different parts of that message, but if I focus, for instance, on the innovation, it's focusing on how to advance gender equality, women's empowerment through access to public services, and also better infrastructure that is tailored for women's needs. We also talk about girls' and women's access to STEM, the science and technology, as also a means to empower them to be able to use the innovative technology available now for their own benefits.
In countries such as England and Russia in the 1800s, women were unable to inherit money and property. Even though the dawn of the 20th century brought changes and new opportunities for women, a wife was considered her husband's helpmate first and foremost. The International Women's Day campaign theme is Balance for Better. This is the theme that will be used throughout the year. Its initiative is aimed at gender equality, a greater awareness of discrimination, and a celebration of women's achievements.
I mean, Guyana actually has the highest rate of women parliamentarians in the Caribbean, which is about 1/3. But the target for SDG 5 is actually parity, so 50-50. There's still some way to go. So I think those are kind of some of the key areas or challenges facing women, and also the issue of gender equality that still need to be focused on in Guyana.
Women have their share of inequality, and organizations such as the United Nations are still striving to bring the balance for gender equality around the world and in Guyana.
So if I look at Guyana and the issues that face women and girls, and if you look from a gender lens, again, it cuts across all the sustainable development goals, but I think the ones that are notable are, for instance, in the economic domain, in terms of access to jobs and equal pay. Education-wise, you know, girls are doing pretty good in terms of number and also even quality, the grades. But once they graduate, you know, there's a extremely large pay gap, and also the amount of jobs that are available for women are very, very limited.
International Women's Day is a reminder of how far we have come and where we are going. More women and girls should feel empowered to pursue their dreams regardless of their class or gender.
Let's continue to strive to achieve gender equality for women. Over the course of Guyana's history, women have been involved in nation molding, and Nadia highlights some names on the never-ending list of inspiring females.
Our nation's history has been penned with many female stalwarts who proved that women are leaders and winners in every possible way men can be. From the very top at the level of the presidency, women have served Guyana with pride and loyalty. Former First Lady, the late Janet Jagan, was the first female president of Guyana, serving from December 19, 1997 to August 11, 1999. She is also the first woman to receive the highest national award, the Order of Excellence. The late Viola Burnham was also a leading lady in politics, serving as Vice President and Deputy Prime Minister responsible for education, social development, and culture in 1985. She received the nation's second highest honor, the Order of Roraima, in 1984. In pageantry, Guyana made a name for herself since the year 1967, when Shakira Baksh placed third in the Miss World pageant in London. She then moved permanently to England to pursue her modeling and acting career, later marrying actor Michael Caine. In more recent years, Guyanese women to make the top 10 included Rafia Hussein and Lisa Punch. Rafia won the Beauty with a Purpose segment of the Miss World pageant in 2014, while Lisa won the Talent segment the following year. In our judicial system, the current Chief Judge, Justice Yonette Cummings Edwards, is the second woman to elevate to the office of Chief Judge. The first was Justice Desiree Bernard in 1996, who also served as a Justice of the CCJ in 2005. In addition, 22 of the current parliamentarians are women involved in the highest form of decision-making in Guyana. This number surpasses female participation in the House of many other countries in the region. This, coupled with the female ministers leading hundreds of women in various fields, not forgetting those employed in the private sector, international and individual businesses and organizations, make Guyana a great country to be born a woman. Happy International Women's Day.
There are many more women to add to those highlighted to encourage us. Our personality of the week is a woman who specializes in foot care, a certified pathologist. Let's meet her.
Our feet move us through the world. If we don't treat them with tender love and care, they will not perform to the max. Made to Mrs. Yvonne Braithwaite Superville, Trinidadian-based Guyanese, mother, wife, and a certified pathologist, passionate about foot care. Before we get into her professional life, let's hear about her upbringing.
I was born in Guyana to Rudolph Braithwaite and Sylvia Ramsey. And at the age of 3 months, I was given to my grandparents, who resided at that time in Maikoni. So I grew up more or less with my grandparents, who were both farmers. So I was thrown as a little child into the farm. They had a cornfield, rice field. They planted provision, sweet potato, plantain, you name it. And they had a lot of fruit trees. More or less, we lived on a plantation with a lot of poultry, ducks, fowls, turkey, you know, you name it.
Her mother was Trinidadian, which granted her the opportunity to live there for 30+ years. Apart from being a trained nurse, Yvonne attended the University of the West Indies, where she obtained a degree in social work and the North American School of Pathology in Canada.
In Trinidad, I have a nursing agency. And after in the nursing agency, I rent medical equipment. And then, you know, I'm looking at how everything is going. And then I said, you know what? I need to have an ambulance service. From the ambulance service, I love nice things. I love me. I love people looking nice. So I decided to get into the spa industry. But into the spa industry with a difference. One of my encounters there in the spa industry is a lot of clients started coming with foot ailments, and they were diabetic. At that time, I had a friend who was working in Tobago, one Dr. Livingston, a podiatrist. And he said, Yvonne, I think that you should study pedicure more, especially that you're having a lot of your clients who are diabetics. Because I used to call him and consult with him certain things that, you know, I've seen on what to do. And I went online and I started doing my background checks, scoping, looking at the different universities, the schools, what they offer, check how many stars they have. you know, and then I contacted North American School of Podology. It was a long and arduous task for me.
Mrs. Superville is the only female who provides ambulance service in Trinidad. She's also an entrepreneur with numerous businesses. Her main business is in Trinidad, Rovon Home Healthcare Limited, operating for more than 16 years, followed by Science Ambulance Service, Rovonair Med Spa in Tobago, Rovon Pathology, and Rovon Home Healthcare Inc., based in Guyana.
The first thing that I've started with is roughly about 3 months ago here in Guyana is the podology service, where I'm concentrating on the diabetics and their feet, also the non-diabetics. After that, I'm interested in doing my medical consultation, like for patients who need medical help in Trinidad. If they need to be medevac, mean transported by light aircraft, I can supply nurses for that. I can supply paramedics. And there at the airport, I have my ambulance service to take them to any one of the institutions that they wish to go. And also is to have my ambulance service, state of the art, in Guyana. Because I really want to make the difference and to see Guyana move to the next level. When I start, I normally sanitize the client's feet, so I will tell them because it's cold. So I'm going to check from her last visit to see if I'm seeing any improvement. She still has some fungus, but I'm seeing new growth. As you notice, all our implements are sterilized, autoclave, 10,000 RPM per minute. And what I'm doing now, we call it debriding of the nail, okay? Our slippers or sandals is normally sanitized. And we also put on the client shoes, slippers or sandals. And this is what makes the difference. Customer service, very, very important. So Miss Gail, there ends your pedicure. And always remember, your feet are your foundation for living. Without them, you travel nowhere.
This charismatic, multi-skilled and talented woman is already making a difference in the lives of many.
I wasn't feeling any life in one of my toes, the right big toe. It was numb for a long time. And so when I heard she was coming, I was at the launch. And then I said, well, you know, this is an experience that we need in Guyana. Because so many persons complain about the shoes. But then when you come to a specialist, you realize it's not the shoes, it's their feet. And if we take care of our feet, then you could wear any shoe. So I came, and as soon as she looked at the foot, she said, oh, it's a fungus. And we started working with that. And I've been trying to keep it off. But she said there was some bit of growth, regrowth there. But she's good, and I'm going to continue coming.
I'm a diabetic. And I was at Woodlands Hospital. The doctor was very nice there. My foot was in cast. And when it come out, if you see, it was black. And somebody tell my sister about this lady here and come. And this is 3 weeks since I'm coming here, and it's very improved.
If I should rate it, I did pedicure in other salons before. This is a different thing. And I much prefer this than the other stuff that the girls do at the other salons. This one is more professional, and I think you get a far better job. Not because I'm not really bigging her up, you know, it's the fact.
I used to go to a pharmacy place by the post office there, that pharmacy there, and the guy was very good, you know. I always chat with him, and I said, you know, my sister's suffering with his foot here. She went to Georgetown Hospital and they said it was going to cut her foot. And then she decided to go to Woodlands, which was very good. She had a big ulcer on the bottom of her foot, and it was so black and thing. And he referred me to this, give me a card and referred me to her. So I said, let's go. And I'm telling you, honest truth, from I'm bringing her here, it's about 3 times every 2 weeks. She had really improved because she trained her foot. I was surprised she was wearing a size 8 shoes, and when you're ready to go out, she was actually wearing 6.5 size. How all the fluid and thing went down, and I'm impressed when I tell a couple people and things like that,
Mrs. Yvonne Braithwaite Superville, gifted hands that believe and embrace the fact that your feet are your foundation for living. Mrs. Superville is a perfect example of a career woman who uses her skills to help others. When women support each other, anything can be accomplished. This love, support, and empowerment was displayed at the Women in Business Expo.
The world has come a far way in the fight for women's rights and gender-based equality. Women are now able to do many things men can do without interruption. In the mid-19th century, women did not have equal rights to pay, and jobs available were mostly cleaning, sewing, and other household tasks. Decades later, women globally could boast job titles such as engineers, pilots, astronauts, doctors, lawyers, and other portfolios. One significant achievement for women is entrepreneurship. In Guyana, talented women are using their resources to manufacture groundbreaking products for distribution and sales.
My business started almost 6 years ago. We make homemade natural hair serums. It's made from all natural oils. It targets different areas of the hair. It targets hair growth, reduces breakage, volume, overall moisture. If you suffer from itchy scalp or dandruff, it also assists with that.
The name of my business is Butchers. Ginger pepper, it's mostly ginger with flavored pepper, garlic, onion, mustard. I use Bragg's vinegar and the other spices. It for sakes, that's in honor of my uncle Basil Butcher. As I was finished making it and I tasted it, I said, wow, hit for sakes. So I decided to use the bat and a ball because this is a seafood seasoning. And you can also use it as how we would normally use like a relish or achar, however you want to put it. And the bat and the ball speaks for the taste of this.
The name of my business is Crafted by Shay. Shay is my middle name, well, Cheyenne. My business does paper craft, greeting cards, invitations, etc. But this year I decided just to focus on the jewelry that I do. And they're all African inspired. We have necklaces, chokers, and there are different styles in the necklaces. So if you want it longer, shorter, we can do that for you. And it can also be customized with the prints that you want. We have earrings to match, we have bangles.
I'm the producer of making barbecue sauce out of fruits. But I have soursop, golden apple, pineapple, tamarind, ginger and garlic, passion fruit, and mango.
Trails and treasures. Basically, we deal with balloon decor, all things balloon, arches, columns.
These remarkable women displayed their products at the 4th Women in Business exhibition at the Pegasus Hotel. The expo was founded by iconic female figure, Dr. Sonia Noel.
As I go around and I chat to them and I see the way they're dealing with people, they have really grown over the years. And even for the one that we have for the ones for the first time, the few months of training behind the scenes really doing wonders in these lives. And what I really like is that they are all like gelling and helping each other. And I just love the feeling of the camaraderie and the sisterhood. But when I look at the products, that these women have, oh my, it's just, you know that there's avenue there for elevation, there's avenue there for export, there are avenues there for so many things. So for me, that gives me so much courage and adrenaline to go.
An inspiring event where females supported each other's businesses and encouraged other female potential business owners to press forward in achieving their goals.
I can say that things are getting different. What I would like to see is that they give us an extra year, because there's so much, for instance, my business, I wish it can go further and much larger, but because most times, and this is something I've experienced recently, being a woman as an entrepreneur that owns a company, it's tough for us. So I would like them to give us an extra ear and help us to showcase our business more, help us to get it out there more.
I have a lot of females basically in my family, and given that it's getting there, we're getting there with the equality and so on, it's a relief and it's very happy, and it's just really exciting to know that we're getting there.
In my religion, men and women are equal. There's equality between us. There's no people have this idea that Muslim women especially, that they're put down and oppressed, but that is not true. We are equally able, and we are free to do whatever we want. We can run a business, we can do, and with the support of our men, we do so. Islam is for gender equality.
I am so excited about International Women's Day. I think it's something that is definitely should be honored and celebrated, because women are the foundation of not only Guyana but the world. We create life, and we give that life to everything we do. There's life in everything. So I would love to see more women looking at their wellness in totality.
I would love to see more women get into their passion, building their dream, being strong-headed. Always believe that you can achieve anything. Don't let anyone tell you you cannot do anything. Once you believe it, you can do it.
International Women's Day is observed annually on March 8th. The social campaign theme for 2019 is Balance for Better.
Showing love and endorsing female entrepreneurs, the way to go. Trust you enjoyed this week's show produced by women for women. I am Lorene Ward. Thank you for spending time with us. Remember to like our Homestretch Magazine Facebook page and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Be safe, keep smiling, and think positive.
Quote of the week. Each time a woman stands up for herself, she stands up for all women.